This is the PPA Tour, and this is the Selkirk Lab Showdown. We are, as I mentioned, at Braemar Country Club. I'm Dave Fleming, joined in the booth by Scott Crandall. And Scott, we got the men. We're going to keep flip-flopping men, women. We always have equal time for all parties on the tour to give everybody a chance to see the best players in the world. And what are you expecting here? You talked at the break. We got a righty-lefty on both sides.
Yeah, I enjoy that because I like to see the lefty versus lefty cross-court dinking. We'll see if we can get some of that going. I mean, I've seen a lifetime of righty to righty cross-court dinking on the left. So let's get these lefties showcasing themselves and just see who can go all day in that battle. I think. I mean, Tyson and Tyler, I don't know if they've played. They've been both playing so long. They probably have played together, and I'm just not aware. It's like, and even if they haven't, they kind of understand. I don't imagine Pat Smith and Ben Newell have played together before, but
yeah, they got the Midwest thing going, maybe. But you know, what I want to point out to the audience, though, here is that Scott Crandall speaking is a lefty, so he's biased. He is biased to the lefties here, so I do like to see how the point construction worked, because sometimes it gets backwards, and you're thinking, wait, why is the ball being placed there? Well, that's where I like to drop it, but there's a big old forehand sitting there because of the lefty. So to set the court, for those of you just joining us, this is a round-robin pool format. This is Pool 2's first match on center. You've got Tyler Loong about to serve. On the far side there, you see Tyson Mcguffin, got that big flow coming out of the back of that hat, ready to play ball. Tyler Loong, of course, from Utah. Let's play pickleball. Ben Newell with the return.
So right off the bat, we have forehands in the middle colliding.
And ripping one off the Braemar Country Club logo. Oh, my. So ball hit the bar, not the net there. So
it's out of play.
That is immediately ends the point in the favor of Loong and Mcguffin, because that bounce seemed like it did have a little lob to it, which
I thought it was lefty spin. It looked legit to me.
Here we go. Southpaw love. And talk about Southpaw love. There's Ben Newell in his flashy California-type pink shirt.
It looks great.
Again, one game to 15, win by one.
So Ben Newell will go full drive on the forehand and full topspin on the one-handed backhand.
Loves to just step in and bring it. And that is a combination that will work well on both sides, actually.
Yeah, Pat Smith has a wonderful topspin forehand drive. His third shot drive is a weapon because it stays low and has top and gets down low. And look at Ben's speed.
Yeah, that's the third ball from Newell is fantastic. Continues to work on the kitchen play.
Yeah, if he's gonna hit, he hits a lot of topspin. Ben hits a lot of topspin dinks, and it makes it challenging to get lift on every single one of them.
Yeah, because your commitment to your legs has to be so good. And there you see, again, we talked about the off-ball player. Just the threat of the Ernie takes a spot away from
Yeah, I mean, and Tyson is just such a good dinker and has command of what's going on there. To have Tyler jumping the corner, if you want to get away from dinking with Tyson, it's kind of scary where you're going to go, because I don't want to dink with Tyson all day, and I don't want to dink down the line to Tyler's Ernie.
Pat Smith even looks over at the booth there and says, perhaps a little ambitious, but he made it. Great deep return again. Oh, what a lovely little flick from Pat Smith there.
Right over Tyson's left shoulder. I think he thought it was going.
Oh, he's
out.
sitting middle, ready to crack a forehand.
But you're right. Ben's volley was what kept that point alive.
Oh, a little shake and fake. Oh my. A little indecision of who is taking that. That's why you got to bring the heat and let the big man finish.
Mm-hmm. Tyson just stayed patient and said, here's a ball at your feet. Hit another quality shot.
And if you aren't going to stop, the minute that ball is on your opponent's paddle, you've got to stop.
If not sooner. Well, they set themselves up. And usually I like Pat's long arm reaching in there and attacking. You're doing the right thing. It's just a matter of execution.
But it cannot carry into the next point, because that's thinking of the last shot right there.
Yeah, don't let 1 point cost you 3.
And there's a beautiful Ernie from Ben Newell. Big hop off of that serve. So we're going to switch sides. It is Loong and Mcguffin up 8-4. We'll be right back after this break. It's the Selkirk Labs Showdown, powered by Invited. Welcome back to Braemar Country Club. Dave Fleming with fellow senior pro Scott Crandall calling the action for you in this very unique and entertaining format. Pool play, 1 game to 15, win by 1. And there's your lefty dinking, Scott. Oh, and then a sick little maneuver by Ben Newell.
Oh, I really like that. I mean, Ben's dinking style is pretty aggressive, so going all day is probably not going to be his thing. So pulling the trigger at first ball he sees, I like it.
Really nice disguise and execution. Just missed it wide. That skips off the line, and Newell is able to put it in a good spot. And then Pat Smith leaves a dink up.
Yeah, well,
that was crazy.
Yeah, Ben and Pat are kind of negotiating a little too much over middle balls.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to let the righty be alpha and just agree that anything slow is Pat's.
Nice finish by Smith there. Whoops. You know, that's in the budget, though.
I've never seen Tyson lose his balance on his serve before.
And there's not like a wind moving the toss all over the place.
Well done by Ben Newell getting himself to the kitchen. Good footwork.
Smith not happy with himself, but that was not his doing.
That had nothing to do with Ben Smith.
So the fact that he's shown that little flicker down the line now makes you see, okay, now I got other places to defend, and that one he pulled back towards the inside of the court. So,
well, and Tyler was on it. It was just low enough. It was a quality shot from Ben.
And here they come.
Are they within one now?
Great finish there, and they are within one.
And they're doing it by being aggressive. They're not out here to outlast them. It's just attack.
It's a great move and ball by Loong, but Newell and Smith got the point construction the way they want it. Quicker. There's a good communication on that middle ball there where Ben took it and pull. It's hard to catch Mcguffin on a dink.
But it was, I mean, to your point, it's like Ben had just kind of flicked one middle, so Tyson has to have that awareness. So his awareness was in the middle, not out at his sideline.
That's a ball from Mcguffin where you see the opponent in trouble and you want to speed it up, but that ball has got to go at his feet or it's a flip of who's ahead in the point very quickly. That's a great ball there.
Well, I was impressed that Pat got his drive down, and then Tyson just handled it, kept it down. You just have to be so precise. You cannot. You're trying to. You know, Pat's just trying to hit a reset back in the kitchen, and if it's a little high, these guys
toast.
Yeah, they just flick it away. I mean, same thing there. It's like Pat and Ben took turns popping balls up, and then their hands bailed them out.
Newell with a reach, and I'm not going to say a prayer, but great handle of that, and then he hits his return 2 feet deep. Hate to see that after a brilliant reply on a Mcguffin attack.
So I'm starting to watch like return depth, and if it leads to big drives, and because the worse your return is, the better your volley better be. Like,
100% right.
And so it's like when you don't get all of your return, it's like, ooh, that's coming in short and soft. My hands better be ready to go because I'm now in trouble. I'm about to be attacked.
Yeah, you have actually done again, it's that reading the ball off your paddle. So if it's you that did it, you know what's coming. Your partner needs to read it off your paddle too, but you really know, and especially if you're the returner, you got to get up there and be set. I think a lot of people run through that. I think they don't get to the kitchen. I think sometimes they're still moving because they have this mentality of, I got to be in a hurry. You should never be in a hurry in the mid-court area. Yes, if you throw a ball up, you might need to be in a hurry to track down something, but your transition doesn't need to be in a hurry. It just can't be.
The pickleball court isn't that big.
No.
You have time to hit it from wherever you are. If you hit a decent shot, you can walk 2 steps forward and you're there.
So, take your time, be set, folks. Mcguffin, ready to serve. And Newell again ready after Smith left the dink up a little high.
You know, it's like you said, when you're if you're used to popping dinks up, your hands better get good. And Ben's hands are,
especially on that side of his body. So now you might want to go. I need to find that left hip because he's sitting on that outside, just waiting to reply with a backhand.
Yeah, I would stop attacking Ben off of the high dinks because he's very ready and he's proven himself capable.
That stayed in by 1.5 feet. So there's maybe a tiny breeze holding that in, but not significant.
There's the sun in the way of the overhead, though.
For sure.
That was the tough part.
Good handle in the midcourt by Pat Smith there, and the 10-7 lead is gone.
It's okay. I like them being aggressive. It's like, you know, they need their.
That's the
they
game
gotta
plan.
they gotta keep swinging. It's what's working for them.
There it is.
That shot from Ben that's not a shot you see a lot.
No.
Someone taking a full cut on the top
On
spin
the-
backhand on the fifth
on the
shot
fifth.
after it's been volleyed pretty well. But you got to keep it clean on the rest of the game too if you're going to make this work. That was an unforced error from Pat.
Good handle. So Newell's backhand volley has been up to snuff in the back half of this match. Oh my. And there's that cross-court attack that if you get somebody who is over aggressive in the middle, you can catch them coming in and hit their left shoulder.
Well, I think Tyson knew he popped it up, so he covered middle and wasn't expecting Pat to roll that.
Not the least bit sorry that that went off the tape, and beautiful finish.
I think we're tied at 11. This is
great.
Getting good.
Again, win by 1. That's a great overhead by Loong, one of the best in the game.
They needed it at this juncture because that's for a point. The volley. Just firm in the corner, within a foot of each line. So
Little margin.
perfectly
Little margin.
safe.
Okay, so unable to add to it. and the 11s go to the other side.
Yeah, and this is where it's like, you know, Ben and Pat can hit some amazing shots. You gotta be careful. You don't want to be too.
Oh dear.
Pat's unforced account needs to get fixed.
Yep. That's a rough series at 11 apiece there. A missed serve and a wild forehand fifth. I like it. Loong and Mcguffin choose a timeout on offense. They've been at 11 for a bit, so we'll take a quick one ourselves. What a match. All right, timeout called on offense by Mcguffin and Loong. I love that. Get yourself set. And they get a big drive in the middle.
Yeah, and you get the two forehands. Mine, yours, and a miss.
Oh, and Loong bails himself out and then gets the miss from Smith.
That is a UE.
Yep. And suddenly 11-all is 14-11 after the timeout, and we got a match point from Mcguffin and Loong.
That's just showing you the experience of Tyson and Tyler.
He's not in a hurry.
Okay.
What side of the net was he on?
Ooh, hard to tell from that angle because it could have been. It was. Unfortunately, that camera was still
Just,
a little on this side a little, but
that was crazy.
The ref was looking at it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so 2 match points. Again, you got to win by 1, and that was one of the more bizarre Ernies I've ever seen because it felt like he was on this side, but I don't have the best angle to that. So we'll just say he timed it perfect. Oh, and now one kisses off the net. Stranger things have happened.
Oh yeah, and with Ben and Pat, these two
just keep ripping it. Here they come.
Keep ripping it, you say?
That's what I told them. Guess what they did?
That's Pat's drive had the dip on it, and it made Tyson pop up the volley.
Okay. Again, the pressure of a win by 1 in this situation is significant.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And Pat Smith with a little flick, and we are at 14s apiece, win by 1. So now we have a match point on the other side.
This is why Ben and Pat are just a dangerous team to play. You don't know what's coming. They're just swinging for the fences and have hit some pretty amazing shots. I feel like Tyler and Tyson haven't done anything wrong.
No.
But when you're playing with guys that are just taking full cuts at it,
those can go in and make things very difficult for you. So, okay. We've had match points saved on one side. Now we're at 14s. So Newell, where would you like to see this return go?
I would like it to be somewhere close to a sideline, and I would rather make Ben Newell beat me. I know Pat can make this drive. He's been there before. I would like to make Ben do it.
All right, here we go. Match point, win by 1, 14-all. Oh, and just laid the serve in. Oh my. And Newell had a sitter and got too excited, and now the match point goes to the other side. Okay.
Didn't expect that.
Nope. So another try for Mcguffin. Beautiful serve under pressure. Oh, no. And 15-14 to Loong and Mcguffin in a heartbreaker for Pat Smith as he and Newell played brilliantly down 11-14. But Loong and Mcguffin barely sneak out. They didn't go out the front door. They got out the side door.
Yeah, but they didn't stop fighting. So you get those breaks when you keep throwing that ball back over one more time.
So, by the slimmest of margins available, it is Mcguffin and Loong, and Mcguffin, the Selkirk star at the Selkirk Lab Showdown, keeps his record intact. He hasn't lost today.
He's 5-0.
Undefeated. So, next up, yes, Catherine Parento is here, and she will be playing with Lee Waters versus Leah Jansen and Megan Dazan. We will have that when we come back. We'll be right back.